pre-show shenanigans. It has been a minute since I have introduced a pre-show shenanigans, but
it has been a minute.
We're getting a little crazy
there
today,
for a
boys.
little bit.
We're calling out snakes in the world today, Everett. All right. I think this might be one of the biggest snake jobs in the history of sports.
Voldemort?
Was he a snake?
He was.
I know, quite literally
was a snake.
But in the metaphorical sense, I'm not sure if we can label him snake. If anything, Snape is the snake. He's the one tricking Voldemort the whole time, thinking, if anything.
Well, wasn't Dumbledore like the real snake? Because he was like, Harry's
the ultimate
snake.
I mean, actually, very good point. You just caught me there. Remember, guys, Dumbledore.
Not such a good guy.
Had an interesting route to was it a prophecy for Harry Potter?
I don't really know. I think maybe
was he? Wait, what do they call him?
No, that's Anakin.
The boy
Skywalker.
who lived. The boy
there
who
you
lived.
Go.
Not the chosen one. I don't. Well, in theory, you could say though he was the chosen one because like he did have to die to get rid of Voldemort. So
he did.
In a way, you can say he was, but then again, not quite. You know what? I didn't want to, you know what? I'm not going to take us down this rabbit hole unless you want to. But
I don't know. The problem is I don't know if the fans want to. That's the issue. Because you and I will sit here for
Voldemort. I kind of feel like he was just.
You're about to say he was misunderstood here? Because that's going to be a very hot take. He didn't murder hundreds of people.
Okay. This is kind of what like I'm getting at more is. How could he have been that powerful that just he's going around taking down every single wizard like it's nothing?
He made a cult. He also did like dark
Voldemort
magic
is the yell leader of Texas A&M, essentially, is what you're telling me.
Kind of.
I mean, honestly, phenomenal transition. We're gonna get off the Voldemort talk. Phenomenal transition, but Everett, the entire Texas A&M coaching staff, they were one win away from the College World Series, and within 12 hours of losing the College World Series to Tennessee, they all left to join Texas baseball. Now, you know what? I would say, a rivalry reborn. A reborn rivalry. We're going to be, I'm pretty sure that's now protected every year. Texas and A&M will play every year. I know the protections are very weird now that every conference has 20 teams. But that's now going to be protected moving forward. I think for Texas, it's A&M, Oklahoma. They probably gave them some shit like
get the Citadel in there.
Mississippi State to give them a free win. You know, there's one easy, like I think Ohio State's cupcake protections like Indiana. We get Indiana every year. It's like, all right, we'll enjoy that one. But I'm not sure if there's a bigger snake move than that. Like, you know, LeBron going to the Heat was unbelievably snaky, but at least he came back and won the ring. But at the time, just the pure leaving Cleveland for Miami, totally
I feel like there was something. Well, no, you know what the biggest snake move was? Something. It was Caden Proctor going to Iowa, taking money and then leaving again.
To a slight degree. Okay, Kevin Durant dipping, is that a snake move or is that just a asshole move?
I don't know if it's. I think it's just a bitch move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just soft. It's just soft.
You know, snake implies, you know, direct hatred. I'm
doing
going
it
to
for
a certain
malice
team,
to like,
specifically like leaving for a rival.
Yeah.
That's
like a middle finger.
That I just thought there was this one Portuguese soccer player, Luis Figo, who was like the Barcelona king. Then he dipped, went to Real Madrid.
Oh, you know what? Saquon Barkley.
Super snaky. Super snaky. I kind of forgot that.
I did too.
Saquon's dead to New York. Saquon, you are not welcome. And
Kirk Cousins to an extent as well. Taking meetings before only cost them a 5th round pick, but
if Kirk went to the Bears, then yes. But Falcon, it's slightly different. And you can look at the contract he got. And then he got Penixed, so you kind of feel bad for Kirk now. You know, there's some like a full-on snake
Aaron
move.
Jones? like that's a revenge kind of. That's not as much of a snake. It's like a revenge because
yeah, yeah. He got cut different, like
Brett Favre.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay, like I'm talking snakes. Like they lost out. They got their way out of the team, like left early, still under contract, so they could leave. Like a scenario like that.
It's not really the same, but
wait, did he force his way out of Minnesota?
Yeah, he did.
He did. That's quite cute then that he was complaining the other
No,
week.
that's the whole thing, is that he was complaining when he's the one that wanted out.
What? Oh, okay. You can never hate him.
But Stefan is my guy. Stefan is my guy.
No. That's what I'm saying though. But like objectively speaking, like he's kind of a bitch. That would hurt me.
He is a bit of a bitch, but
if like I don't know, if like Justin Fields came out and was just like, yeah, I'm a Georgia, or Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow was like, I don't claim Ohio State at all. I hate Ohio State. That would hurt me. So like that's what I'm thinking. Like, could Stefan Diggs ever get to a stage where you're just like,
the thing is, like, because look, I already was a Stefan Diggs fan before the miracle. Like you remember this? Like he would be a 64 overall in Madden, and he would be on my team. Like I'm
not sure if there was ever was he for a year? I was about to say.
I think that first season he might have been like a 68, 70 overall or something.
What round pick was he?
5th.
3? 5th. Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
And then Tyreek, right?
I don't know if they were the same draft, but were they?
Not same draft, but
I think Tyreek was a 5th round pick as well. But Tyreek was a 5th round pick for a lot of different reasons. So, but
shout out Stefan for going to Maryland as a 5-star when he had
Russell Wilson.
Okay. I can get on board. Yes, because they gave him the franchise. You picked him over Legion Boom.
Yep, exactly.
I still can never believe that, like, bro, like, hey, I'll say, if there's one thing I've kind of realized as a USC student, Pete Carroll's still held in a very, very high regard at SC. And I just can't believe that he really picked Russ over the Legion, but defensive guy, Pete Carroll.
Could we count the NCAA as an entity as a snake?
Maybe, but I would say if there's a more so snake involved, it's ESPN. They're the most snaky out of all. ESPN, they were the ones who went up to Texas and Oklahoma and were like, go to the SEC. We are about to get this new deal. If you guys go. Like that, ESPN pushed that move. Then Fox responded, called up USC, was like, yeah, let's bring back Pac-12 After Dark as Big Ten After Dark. Let's get Friday nights back in action. Still cannot wait for the 11 p.m. local time kickoff for Rutgers at USC this upcoming season. It's going to be electric. But yeah, I'm not sure. That move, the whole coaching staff, 12 hours after losing the Natty, Texas.
Like, that is crazy. Like, I mean, you can't even... The closest thing comparatively is like Kalen DeBoer, but because he just left after losing the Natty. But it's not even the same.
Yeah, but it's just the A&M Texas that it's like, like I can't think of a coaching comparison. Coaching, it's very hard to
like. Has there been a coach that has gone to a rival like that? I don't think so.
Not a head coach.
Well, yeah, not a head coach. You personally, Ohio State just had that happen with a running back coach, but
yeah,
but not
like,
a head coach.
I was thinking like Kirby to Georgia. Like maybe some Alabama fans think of Kirby as a bit of a snake, but it's like that's a DC to head coach. Of course, he's taking that. Like,
you can maybe say the same thing about Sark, or like I don't really know.
Sark's is slightly he after what happened at SU with that guy, it's like honestly. At least he's back now. Like I thought.
Yeah,
that dude I mean, look up Sark USC banquet. You're gonna get a great clip.
I think Hugh Freeze had a little bit of an issue the other year too, though, when he went to Auburn. But it's not really the same.
Yeah, his is other factors. He's actually slight snake though.
Slight.
That's not the worst one. That's not the worst one. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of crazy to see something like that. The whole staff, not just
everybody, not just like coaching couple people.
Left.
No, like literally everybody collectively was like, all right, pack your bags, going over to
we're going
Texas now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're just now fully in the new era of college sports. We're now officially into how do we even categorize this? Because it was just the college football playoff era. I think we should actually call it the NIL era.
I was gonna say the oil money era, but NIL era also works.
But I think the best way to categorize this time period is NIL. Can't say the 12 team
just
playoff era.
Money talk, shit walks era.
All right, put that on a t-shirt. Yeah, kind of like that one. But yeah, that's why I had on the pre-show. Let's get an episode, big time episode today. But better clap than that. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Warboy Podcast. It is episode 234 and the least anticipated, not just NBA draft in history is going down tonight.
I feel like
genuinely could not give you any insight on this draft other than Bronny James will be a Laker. Maybe not drafted, but he will be a Los Angeles Laker.
They do like the worst advertising of any sports for the draft. Like that's what I don't understand.
Lottery selection.
We legitimately had zero clue that it was tonight. I was like, it's got to be sometime around now. Zero clue that it was tonight. And I feel like we said
last year with Wembanyama. It's like even then I didn't.
No, I swear, last year this time you and I were both like, I think we were recording an episode. We're like, oh, the draft's tonight. Like we still had zero idea, and that kind of surprises me because a lot of like the sports now, the big sports, use their drafts as like another marketing thing, as like we're gonna televise all this stuff. But like I even knew when the WNBA draft was. Like they marketed that. Like I knew when that was going to be. I had zero clue this is tonight. Zero idea.
Like I'm thinking to even last year, Wembanyama, generational prospect, big time draft. The draft itself wasn't the big thing. The big thing was the lottery, who got the first pick. Like that was the big day last year. It wasn't even draft night.
Like this year, that day too, by itself is more entertaining than the NBA draft. Just the lottery is more entertaining.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if it was me, by the way, if it was me,
seeing just the dominoes, the Pistons are sitting there like, we have 8.
This is what the NBA should do. Is the lottery should be on draft day. Like literally make that shit an hour before the draft. Throw it, just curveball for everyone.
We're not doing trades. Screw you. We're not trading draft picks anymore.
Just lottery right before the draft. Could you imagine though if it was the frozen envelope an hour before the draft actually happened? Could you imagine?
That'd be electric. That'd be electric.
You want to talk about getting eyes on the game?
Okay, now that I think, if there was one league where it would be possible to do a lottery an hour before the draft, just by roster size, it would be the NBA. If there was any league where it would be possible and the GMs would be able to prepare, like, okay, if we get X pick, like, if there's any league where it could be done, it would be the National Basketball Association. So Everett, I'm going to start drafting a letter to Adam Silver now. Do you want to grow the game? We're talking now
lottery to draft day.
Now, fairness, competitiveness of the league. We all know nobody cares about that. We're here to increase that TV content.
Hey, it's still fair for everybody. It's still fair for everybody. It's still fair.
The lottery will still be rigged. Don't worry. It will still be rigged. This is just for ratings. Like, it's simple, guys. If we want to keep on getting guys like Fred VanVleet getting $30 million contracts a year, this is what we need to do, guys.
This is how you
I saw Bam got like $59 million a year earlier today, Everett.
Bam had a 3-year contract. Crazy numbers.
Now this is the thing. One day when I have kids, I hope they're projected to get like 6'2", and if not, I'm doing the bone extension surgery because like they're going to the league.
Well, would you rather have them go to the NBA or like NBA. Just try and trade them to be MLB players if they don't hit that 6 foot mark?
NBA. It's the hardest to stay in the NBA. Once you're in the NBA, it's the hardest to stay in it. But damn, if you just get one contract, you're getting like 80 million over 4 years to put up 18 minutes, 6 points, and 2 rebounds. Look at Vanderbilt. All right. Like this is why I love the NBA. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Every team is like at the salary cap in the NBA. Every team is spending so much money. Like Gordon
which is different than other sports though. Like there's not really another sport where
it's the one
where
league where it got really
so
out of hand. So out of hand. And like they can't.
It's just funny
right now.
It's just funny.
Salary caps are going to increase.
It's funny when you get to the point where the NBA is right now, because you have every team spending kind of the same amount of money, but somebody will spend like the Timberwolves will spend that amount of money on Anthony Edwards, and then you'll go and see like
Jane McDaniels is about to get like 96 million.
But you'll see that, and then you'll see like the Bulls pay, or I guess OKC pay that much for Alex Caruso. And you're like, there's a very big disconnect here. Why is Alex Caruso making the same amount as Anthony Edwards? It's like you just have people, you just have random people getting paid the same amount as like actual superstars are.
Yeah, it's like we're in an era that being the 8th best player that I don't know. Oh, there we go. I was frozen for a sec, but it's ridiculous how the NBA contract works. Like shit. What was it? Siakam got 4 years, one.
He got like the same amount of money somebody 60, in the NFL just 70, had to fight 80? For. Yeah.
He got a Jared Goff contract, essentially. Siakam. So yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll put a finger up for that one. Apologies to everybody. I inadvertently made you feel like your computer was the one that was exploding when all the time my computer was the snake and my computer exploded. So more like imploded than exploded. But the moment I plugged it in to charge it, the whole thing just out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know, do you have 70 apps open right now? You got Photoshop open, Premiere's open.
I bet
you're probably like uploading a video right now. Let's just get it all open.
I have
streaming the Dodger rerun from last night too. Also listen to Spotify in the other ear.
I have Chrome.
Let's got a game of chess in the corner.
You know me. I'm a big chess guy. Chess head. Big chess head.
Yeah, you know what? Just remember, folks.
That might be like a person
here has gotten a lot of attacks for their internet or technology problems, and
hey. I at least saved the video that was recorded.
So fair.
That was recorded.
If there was one thing about that though that I could give myself a slight excuse, a car ran to a generator right outside the house and knocked out the whole power grid. So,
but to also be fair, I did tell you not to record it on photo booth.
Oh yeah. Oh no. 100%. I will say that was, I believe, an hour into the recording when I finally got the text. And I was like,
that is right, because you did not have Wi-Fi. I was sitting there like spam texting, do not record on.
Yeah, I'd say
photo booth.
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of one of my big qualms. Having a cell service provider in a place where they don't
have cell service
to you. It's maybe we should consider something else. But
whenever I drive to your house, I'm always like, please, I have to like park right in front of your house so I can get your Wi-Fi to be able to text you, be like, oh, we're here.
I'm just on the throwback honk system. Like you just honk. That's the only way
You're going back 25, 30 years for that one. We're real throwback.
Yeah, we are throwing this back to 2009 T-ball practice. All right. Shit like that. Okay. But
I mean, where
are we even going?
We were kind of talking about the contracts and kids.
We're talking about NBA and stuff, but yeah, nobody cares about the draft. That was plenty of time. What was more startling to me in the past week was first seeing a headline saying the summer of Paul George. That's not a summer. That means there's nothing going on.
The last time that was said, a pandemic started. So
yeah, and I mean the last time. There's actually never been a summer of Paul George because Kawhi going to the Clippers was a lot bigger than Paul George. But you know what? We may have a new contender for one of the worst trades in NBA history. We may have a new contender. All right. I thought Paul
Josh
George,
Giddey for the McCall Bridges trade.
I thought Paul George for I think it was 6 or 7 unprotected Shea and 4 pick swaps. I thought, which I mean, realistically, that's going
to be fair. The Kevin Durant trade was already bad for the Suns. It was already bad.
Yes.
Now it's worse.
No, that was, but considering what OKC gave a lot to get Paul George, and then they just literally instant reversed it in a heartbeat.
I'm assuming you're going in the direction of the McCall Bridges trade, right?
Mikal Bridges got traded for 4 unprotected firsts. 1 protected first and a pick swap.
So in total,
Bridges, folks,
Kevin Durant was traded for 9 first-round picks. 9.
Yes, you can say so. You can
9
say
first-round picks.
Now
I will say, McCall Bridges.
The Nets did one of the worst trades ever, getting old Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce in 2013-14. They've somewhat reversed it. They kind of learned from their mistake.
I mean, I know your opinion was originally the Paul George trade was the worst trade in NBA history. That was your original. I still
think it is realistically
over this Kevin Durant trade now.
Yeah, just because look what it did for the Clippers. They're about to blow it all up. That was just what the hell.
I mean, the Suns want to trade Kevin Durant right now. Reportedly.
No, I know. I think he's actually gonna get traded. The rumor right now is Rockets. I want him to the Thunder, so go back. Please, Kevin, go back, please.
Send him to the East, dude. We don't want to keep him in the West.
No, I don't. The thing is, Kevin Durant, everyone has their thoughts after Warriors, of course. That puts a major stain, but
could you send him to the Heat?
I'm not sure if they have the money with Bam getting his $160 million contract now.
His $53 a year.
It probably was 3 hours ago, but not right now at this second. But I think Rockets would be very, very, very interesting. Now, I think the Rockets would have to.
Well, you know what? Where does
Sengun's
Grant? Where does every extremely washed old player end up playing? What team?
For wide receivers, the Tennessee Titans, but
that's just every player for the Tennessee Titans.
For the NBA,
I don't think Kevin Durant can go and play. Kevin Durant might die if he got hit by a DB in the NFL. Is there an
easy answer to this?
It's not necessarily easy, but it wasn't necessarily easy. But I was going to say the Orlando Magic.
Spurs. Oh yeah, okay, Magic could hit too. Magic's really, really young right now. I think
I know.
Maybe would put up with it. That'd also just be. It'd be so funny if that happened, because then Kevin Durant's career is just.
It's just over.
Officially over.
It's just done.
Rockets would be the most entertaining.
The most hilarious trade would be if he went to Portland, because there's just nothing going on there. Why would you trade for him?
That would not be fun. I'm not sure if they can make this work, but what about Light the Beam? Swipe.
Well, De'Aaron Fox doesn't want to resign there, does he?
I think he still has a year left, though. I think these are long term. I think he's still on the team for this season. Or else it would be the summer of Swipa, not Paul George. I don't know, though.
I thought I saw that he wasn't interested in staying there. I could be wrong.
Oh, no. He doesn't.
I know DeJounte Murray and De'Aaron Fox are kind of people get them kind of mixed up sometimes. I know DeJounte Murray
just sucks.
He does.
But yeah, I think, though, if KD came, that would entice De'Aaron Fox a little bit more to stay.
I don't know.
What do you think? No.
I don't know.
KD's here now. Trade me.
Isn't Sabonis is there still too, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if that like that's going to be enough enticing. What I do think, like what I think would be interesting, throw Trae Young on the Kings. I kind of like
De'Aaron Fox.
With De'Aaron Fox,
I'm not sure how that would quite work. I mean, Trae Young will always have a special place in my heart when he hit the ice tray on the Knicks. I thought that was so sick.
I do think that
spectator.
I do think that the Hawks. I think the Hawks should trade Trae Young, and I've told you this. I think
the Hawks got to blow
the whole thing up. But I think Trae Young is a 2. I think he is like a very, very like if you make him a 2 on a team, he's gonna do a lot better.
I think Trae Young is sick. It's just like, oh my god, he might be the worst defensive player in the history.
No, he's a lie. He's a very big lie.
Oh my god, he gets headhunted.
Well, Luka Doncic kind of looked like he was the biggest defensive liability in NBA history in the finals. But
Luka's is very bad. But that's more so like I would say
he's just too unathletic
and laziness. Like Trae Young, he could put on more muscle.
That's the funny thing.
But it's like I don't like Trae Young can never become an average defender in the NBA. Like Luka in a world where
in a bubble
Fortnite doesn't exist. He's on a strict diet. Like,
yeah, I mean, look,
if you take the build to be an elite
if you just take video games, still
get steal. Like when he tries, he can go get his steal and shit. But he just
if there was just a ban on athletes playing video games, Kyler Murray might be the best athlete of all time right now. He might be the goated athlete of all time. But unfortunately, like, Call of Duty exists. So
I was kind of like, for some reason, I just saw a clip earlier today. It's Diane Henley, backup linebacker. Well, might be starting.
Second round pick last year.
Third.
Oh, he was a third rounder.
Third. Don't put that second on. That tag on it. Second was Thule.
It was
only
Thule.
Good.
That is right.
Only good pick. Who
was your first? Oh, I shouldn't have asked that.
Didn't know we chose violence today on the podcast.
I legitimately forgot. I legitimately forgot it was QJ.
Never ask me that again, ever. Thule was our first round pick. Thule was our first.
He honestly.
Thule was our first round pick.
He should have been.
Thule was our first round pick. That's what I'll have in my record book for the end of time. QJ was our 4th round pick. Bump up Henley to 2 and bump up Darius Davis.
I don't know if Diane Henley.
The kick returner specialist got drafted.
I don't know if you want to say Diane Henley was your second round pick.
No, that's not a win either. That's our. I don't know which one's worse, QJ round 1 or Diane
QJ
Henley
round 1 is so much worse.
Yeah, it is.
So much worse.
Make myself feel.
You got a 5th-year option.
I gotta get Grant.
Just I cannot wait to see in 2 years the Chargers have accepted Quentin Johnston's 5th round option.
Yeah, and then hopefully it won't happen. But like in a normal football facility, if that happened within minutes, Joe Ortiz would be fired. But instead, if the Chargers did that, Joe Ortiz would get an extension.
He'd be celebrated
after picking up that 5th year. He'd get an extension. That's how we opt. But yeah. Wow. But yeah, Mikal Bridges for 5 picks. What? Back to the main topic. What? Disgusting. I don't know.
Don't forget too. They got seconds for Jay Crowder too, who they got for Kevin Durant as well. Like I think that trade was Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Jay Crowder. I think they traded Jay Crowder for seconds. They now traded Mikal Bridges for first. By the way, you want to talk about Kevin Durant somehow.
Someone else went, like Landry Shamet went too, or something.
Maybe, but Kevin Durant somehow always manages to be traded for players that turn out to be elite players in the league. Just all you had to do was wait like a year.
Well, it was also just like, I mean,
McCall, like
the Suns. It was like they went to the finals.
I don't.
If I'm wrong.
They went to the. They did.
2 years before.
They did, and it was because of their depth, by the way, in CP3. Yeah. But
Bridges at the 3, being the 3-man.
Like
remember,
that,
the third man.
I'm just saying, if they had never traded for Kevin Durant, could you imagine? Oh my God,
it could have been better. 100%.
It could have been special. It could have been real special. and they would have had the depth too.
Monty, your guy Monty might have never been fired too.
No, he wouldn't. You know? He probably wouldn't have been fired.
So many things factored in there.
I mean, look, you can't go from Monty Williams
to Vogel
to Frank Vogel.
Frank the Tank.
I don't know about that one.
No, yeah, I mean, I will also say though, like,
didn't Frank Vogel also just get fired? He just got fired, didn't he?
Probably.
For the Suns' sake, I hope so.
Certainly. Like, but like objectively speaking, we know Frank Vogel is nothing special.
No,
but
he's like Luke Walton.
Though that does have a ring within the last 4 years, but guess what? It don't matter because what he does right now is so ass that literally means nothing.
So hold on. There have been 4 coaches for the Lakers in LeBron's tenure. I'm pretty sure. I think JJ Redick's the 4th now. It was Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham.
At the start?
I think he was there the first year. But let's just say this, Grant. Out of Frank Vogel, Luke Walton, and Darvin Ham, you have to choose one to coach your team. Who are you choosing? Who are you choosing to coach your team? Luke Walton, Frank Vogel,
I think in theory,
and Darvin Ham.
Luke Walton coached LeBron, I think at least for a month or two. I don't know, but let's just keep
going. Which one would you have coach your team? Like, you don't get a choice. It has to be one of the 3. And no, you
I'm
cannot.
Taking them all like at their end. Because I was gonna say cheating would be like November 2022 Darvin Ham. Like when they were getting along. It doesn't count. It's gotta be at the end.
It's gotta just be We're averaging that.
You can't go right here with any of that. So it's very difficult. But I think the answer I think the best answer might be Frank. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't like it. They're all awful. I would pick JJ Redick over all of them.
I mean, that's why I did not list him.
Middle school basketball coach overall.
I mean, that's why I didn't.
That's how
list
bad
him.
Those 3 are.
That's why I didn't list him as an option there. Now this is the
thing. You know, people. Actually,
I will add one more name to this list.
Okay. Adam, throw him.
Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, and Steve Nash.
Get it out. Okay, Steve Nash. Gross. It's probably Nash. Yeah.
It's so gross.
This is the thing. People give so much like shit to LeBron being like, oh, he's coaching a team, yada yada yada, all that stuff. Just hearing the 3 names we brought up, Luke Walton, Darvin Ham, and Frank Vogel, and then considering how the Dan Hurley contract negotiation just went, the Buss family fumbles.
Oh, right? They do fumble.
I mean, you're putting awful coaches there. I mean, what are you expecting? Like, and JJ Redick's another example of that. Like, over under, I think, should be set at 2.5
years. See, here's the thing. The moment they signed JJ Redick, you know what my first thought was?
Coach K is the assistant coach?
Josh McCown. Josh McCown was the first thought I had because I swear to God, the feeling I got when they signed JJ Redick as head coach is the same feeling I had when the Panthers were talking about making Josh McCown their head coach.
All right. This is slightly off topic, but I think if I remember this correctly, I just saw a clip of Josh McCown playing slot receiver against the Patriots the other day.
Okay, on the Cardinals, right? Or no, it was Lions.
The Lions. Whipping out a night, and McCown's a big guy too. He's what, like 6'5", like that. He's a big slot. They may have invented the big slot with Josh McCown. But
yeah, that's before they had to set precedent for Calvin Johnson there for Megatron.
Yeah, but I would say though, my God, NBA, it makes no sense to me right now. Lakers, you can't actually expect anything to happen right now. Like the best long-term play here is JJ Redick is just actually a good coach, and the Lakers have a coach for the foreseeable future. Like that's the excitement here. So they're not winning shit with that team. So, I don't even know how you would set goals for that team. What even would be considered a good, realistic goal? Because I think whatever the expectations are now
for JJ Redick,
literally people will put him on the hot seat like if they don't make the Western Conference Finals, which is just such an absurd.
I don't know if he's going to be in the hot seat for that. I think people are realizing that this team is just so ass Like, I think people kind of understand that now. At least Laker fans kind of get that. And by the way, if you meet a Laker fan, they're like, oh, no, we've got a great team. We're elite. They're not a Laker fan.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't. I mean, no, like Laker Twitter is genuinely the meanest place on earth. And
I think that they're gonna give JJ Redick probably at least a year post Brown.
Well, I would say
that's my thought.
Without question, 1 year from today, I don't think there'll even be a hint.
No, I think at bare minimum he's gonna get 3 years. I think he's gonna get 3 seasons there. That's my thought. So
I still think 2.5 is a good line. I still think that's the correct
line. I agree with that. I do think though, you know, it's hard. Like the team is in such a bad spot right now. You can't fault him for
objectively speaking, you can't. You can't.
Like that's the thing.
I have a feeling they will. Still,
the moment something goes wrong, Rob Pelinka is going to be like, no, this is all JJ Redick's
fault. On the topic, Pelinka, I mean, get a haircut first or start doing your job. Pick. Do one. I can't take both. At least give me something. Show you put effort into
don't worry.
Something.
He's going to show tonight why he should still be the GM for the Lakers, and he's going to draft Bronny at 17.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly
that's how you show real discipline.
At 17, the class is so bad, but like,
that's how you show real discipline.
They're just gonna do something awful. But yeah, you know what? That was the NBA minute. Unless you got something else, I don't think so. What I saw today that got me very, very excited. NCAA 25. They had
they did have a trailer today.
Thing, and that recreation of the Michigan Penn State Mo Bamba clip. I'm now fully in NCAA 25 mode, fully invested. And I'm like already almost thinking like how I would start my very first dynasty save. I like already got some.
So here's my question: when you do that first dynasty save, all right. Well, okay.
There's Ohio State.
There's a couple ways.
Well, the first save I'm going to make is going to be with you. It's going to be
there's a couple ways this is going to go.
Personal one.
Yeah. Okay. There's a couple ways this is about to go. Okay. First of all, the question is your first dynasty save going to be? Is it going to be you as a coach and you're going through the tiers like OC to head coach and moving around? Or are you doing the school specific?
No, that's my first question. Here, this 2-part answer. First, if the head coaches were in the games, I might be enticed to not do that. But because the Ohio State head coach in the game will be Adam Brown, yes, I'm going to make my own head coach.
But I'm saying, are you going to start at the OC level? Like,
it's
Coach
more so
Doug's playthrough. Is that what
like
we're
honestly no. This first one is I'm going to revert back to a 9-year-old when I was sitting on my Xbox 360, well at that time like PS2 or whatever, playing like NCAA 07. Like I'm going back to that time when I was a little kid, and I'm just there for Ohio State. Like realist, like I need to play downs with Caleb Downs, multiple series and multiple plays manning Caleb Downs. That needs to happen. Like this is the most excited I've ever been to play defense.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. And also the game is supposed to be so hard to play on defense just because in real life, like offense is just typically superior unless you're Iowa. So it's like, it's okay if you get 50 points, like put on your head. Like that's kind of the point of it is you're not supposed to be able to, it's supposed to be difficult to keep a team to be like sub 25, sub 30. So
yeah, I mean, if there's one thing I liked about NCAA 14 defense on Heisman, it was virtually impossible to get like 3 straight stops. You can do 2 straight, but like they're going to score a touchdown 1 in every 3 drives at minimum.
Which is kind of the way the college should be.
Somewhat fair matchup. Honestly,
that's kind of the way the college should be.
Against Troy,
now, here's the second question, Grant. We've been doing lists on TikTok of the best teams to start school, like whatever in Dynasty, right? We've been doing that. Let's take our biases out here, okay? So let's take out Tulane. Yeah. Let's take out Ohio State. What are the best schools objectively to start with Like everybody included, best schools to start with.
I got many angles to look at this. Okay. So this is what I want to say. It's the most fun thing you could have in this game is take a random school, literally put it on a name wheel. You have not even heard of this college in your life. And you take them over and you struggle. You get destroyed in those first half decade, maybe even full decade. You're getting destroyed. If you go above 500, you are proud of yourself because you were able to build that. That should not ever be built. So, objectively speaking, yes, this is what I will say, though. There can be times where it gets very stale, not knowing anybody. There are times. And for me, I kind of like to do some challenge rebuilds. Like, I got a 2-3 year window, and then I'm done with this save forever to take Utah national champions, where I know I'm starting high up. Like, in theory, if I do play my best football, don't make a single mistake, literally don't throw an interception, I could, in theory, win the Natty year one with the talent, but like you just won't. Those I also find fun, but we'll do the first one that everyone cares about. Long rebuild, fully deep dive rebuild. You're doing nothing. I think I'm going to take my talents, Everett, to the Toledo Rockies. This is kind of
the Toledo Torpedoes, correct? Or are they the Rockets?
And the goal is Rockies. Yeah, Toledo Rockets. I think Rockets. But this is more so a shout out to their mascot in NCAA 14 when they had the mascot mode where every player was a mascot. It was always Toledo Rockets, and the Stanford tree was the funniest because they didn't have arms and the ball would be floating. So Stanford was always very funny to play with. But kind of a shout out to them personally. But the thing is, what in my mind, what I'm planning on doing with them is start off still staying in Maction, and then as time moves on, you got to put them in the Big Ten. Like the second it's winning the Maction's very, very easy, which it might probably be.
Like my opinion is
move them to the Big Ten.
The first
change
time
conferences around, have fun.
I think you got to do it as like look, let's say you win the Maction, right? If you then the second time you win the Maction, then you move up to the next conference. So let's say you go from Maction to Big Ten.
Many things could be involved.
Like there's kind of tiers. There's kind of tiers in the
way.
More
so depends just on a week by week basis. Like, is this now just getting repetitive and easy or not? Like the whole point is in game week to week basis, you're challenging yourself. Like, and you're putting yourself like, oh shit, we are down 28-3, and there are 3 minutes left in the second. All right, strap in. Like those are the moments that you get humbled, and it's like it makes you think like, damn, like shit. Every single coach you have ever thought of in your life had at least one game where they are feeling like you are right now. Like we can't do anything.
No, like my hope is that
do today.
My hope is that it is going to be incredibly difficult to beat some teams. Like I want to come out. I want, whenever I play the game, like I want to lose 7-52 to Alabama if I am playing as Kennesaw State.
No, but like the thing though is like, let's say, I'm Toledo. I got to go on the road to Georgia. All right. Week 1. Okay. Scoring 7 points. I am now hyped out of my mind that we scored a touch. Like it's you take the wins you can get. It's all base 5 program. Like not everybody is natty or bust. There's like 3 teams that it's like truly natty or bust this year. I would say it might just be Ohio State and Georgia or like that. I'm not sure if any.
I don't know who else it would really
right now. So
be
it's
in
like
that position.
Everyone does have completely different.
Notre Dame probably thinks they're in that position, but like they're not.
Yeah, if there's any and there's definitely a lot, but for all those fans, it's enjoy your little bubble, bro. Enjoy it. But in terms of like other things, I like to. So sometimes I do feel like, after a while, because I've had a couple of saves where I could take a Toledo. I'm now in year 25. Dynasties, I'm pretty sure used to be either 30 or 40. I'm forgetting.
I think it was 30 because that's about the standard for EA.
But I remember I had one specific save, like over COVID, where I got deep, like 2037, and like with Wyoming or some shit, I was consistently winning.
No, every year. When you consistently win, it gets really boring, and then you have to start a new one.
Like, there's still part of me that thinks it is fun when you just check the history books and you're just like, just now a stretch of Wyomings in the 30s that are just like, this literally could not exist. And so my next point is, sometimes I like doing some somewhat realistic saves where it was a team that right now they might not be very great, but like in theory, it is very possible for them to like, just casually go back. Not exactly greatness, but if they won another natty, it's like, that's not the most unrealistic thing I've ever heard of in my life.
So what teams would kind of be in that? What teams would kind of be in that? Let's give some examples.
What I'm thinking right away off top of the bat is Nebraska, Tennessee, Florida. You could even clump maybe Notre Dame in there. Yeah. But I'm talking teams where they do have a national champion. They have won a national championship in the past, like in like the Miami. Like it has been done. Miami is a little bit different. They're a recruiting hotspot.
Minnesota, Minnesota won some like 50s.
Like schools like that, like SMU would be not on that same level. But like,
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying, where Florida's probably the best example. Like in our lifetimes, Florida has won 2 natties. So it's like not so weird if it happens. So for me, it's like if I did win a natty like year 3 with them, that wouldn't kill the fun for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. I kind of get
that.
Now,
all of those saves, it's not long term. That like the fun in Dynasty is you get past year 10. That's when it starts really getting fun.
Yeah, because you have don't know anybody.
Yeah,
and like that's the cool part.
I would say though, for me, like I'm just Big Ten football all year. Like overtime at minimum, I want my team to eventually move into conferences, so I just know all the teams and all the stadiums and everything. Like after seeing all the gameplay footage, seeing how the stadium environments and atmospheres work.
Now we are supposed to
going to Penn State.
We are supposed to see actual like dynasty information. I think tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is tomorrow. Which is going to be what matters. The only thing that I'm kind of sad about, and I don't know how they would have probably put it in the game, but like I wanted field storming. Because like when you think college football, you think college sports. What's one thing that
confirms not?
Well, I haven't seen anybody talk about it, so I'm assuming that they probably didn't put it in there.
I did see they have dynamic
crowds,
attendance sizes,
which I think they had in NCAA 14, right? I think they had that. Like the more you won, the more full your stadium
could have. Other way around. The bigger the blowout. Get the hell
out. I'm saying the more you win games, like the better your record.
No. Well, just clarifying. The way I read dynamic attendance, I was thinking like, you're 5-3 as Alabama. Now the stadium's a quarter filled because the season's over. Like that's,
I think it's kind of like that. But like I think the example they used was like FIU, and they were like, oh, FIU's 7-0 going in the championship game, whatever. It's the stadium's completely filled. Yes. And they were like basically talking about how the record and everything is going to impact your attendance, and then it's going to impact how the volume stadium meter impact is. So like if Penn State for their whiteout game, let's say Penn State's like 2-6 when they go into their whiteout game.
Now this is the thing, that game's so special where that's still
just pack it. But I'm just saying
that still exists.
I'm just saying I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I'm just saying, look, if that's the way this is going, and say the game's 2-6 would have going in one of those big games.
Like there's certain things where it's just like, for example, like it does not matter how shit Michigan is, the big house will always be packed.
I do like that fact though, just because now it makes it so even if you're going 8-0 into this huge game
versus Auburn, Alabama, Iron Bowl. Yeah.
But let's say you're 8-0 going to that game, right?
Yeah.
There's still a chance that you're going to lose solely because the stadium difficulty is just insane for that matchup. Like there's a chance.
Real quick on stadium. This is one thing that I was just thinking. Now, maybe this actually kind of like in it. Now, I did see though stadium difficulties. It's dynamic, depending on the results on the field, it will change over year and your save. So good. That had to be there, thank God. So it's not that big. But what I thought would be a better way of doing the stadium advantages. So right now Georgia's at number 5, right? 5th hardest stadium to play at. I think that's what they labeled it.
Georgia, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, but
they did say that
Georgia's
it's also
at 5th,
subject to change.
Yeah, but they're ranked as 5th right now, and I'm taking that as literally the stadium itself. Like they'll have the 5th best boost or whatever the hell. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the Georgia team itself. I'm just talking playing in that.
No. This is just the stadium difficulty.
So this is kind of how I'm thinking. Like Georgia's home field advantage, many people would say is not a top 5 environment or atmosphere in college football, but the Georgia Bulldogs as a team are still so good, at least in year 1 of every save, that even their stadium should not be in the top 10 for like hardest difficulty. But still, going to Georgia, even if they have smaller bonuses, just going to Georgia will still be the hardest road game in the game. Do you get what I'm saying? They won't have the most stadium boost, but because their team is still that fucking loaded, going to Georgia will still be the hardest away game, even if Penn State gives Penn State more boosts than Georgia's home crowd, if that makes it. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
because I think the way they're going to make is that Georgia's stadium will give them the 5th best boost in the game. That makes them virtually.
I was assuming that was going to be the case already. I just thought that
I don't know.
Described it.
I got no idea.
I do think that it's like also fluctuates like that's obviously just to start year 1. Like it's going to change, I'm assuming, throughout the dynasty plays or whatever.
And I would say I'd hope, like for the most part, though, like
I am curious.
LSU and
Penn State. Do you think when you play a game like online or something, you pick like, I don't know how it would work for Ultimate Team. You'd be like, I want the Penn State Stadium, but I want it with a gold card, whiteout mode, and it's just to start the fucking game. It just starts with.
I got no idea.
Whiteout, like I don't know.
I mean, that's like a way that you do tiers. Meta thing in Ultimate Team now, like. The Penn State Stadium might be one of the most expensive things in the game. Who knows?
It just starts with whiteout.
Now that you bring it up,
that is kind of cool. What I do
I'm
like,
so out on the game mode, but yeah.
Remember though, they also have the team builder. So I'm curious because they said
home team just wins. That's what that game.
I am curious though because they said they have the team.
That out of Ultimate Team.
They have the team builder in the game, obviously, and they've said in this. Like they went seat by seat. They have attendance thing. They have like the different colors that you like in like the mat. Like you have the stripes. You can have the alternate colors in the stadium, like t-shirt, like attendance, like fans, right? You have all these different things that can be a part of it. I'm curious if that also is incorporated into Team Builder. If they just did like a basic green, like whatever. If you can choose like. This is going to be our thing. We do like the alternate colors in the stands or like BYU does or something like that.
For Team Builder?
Yeah, for Team Builder.
Oh, 100%.
Like that's what I'm 100%. Curious about. Because we really haven't heard. We've heard that it's going to be in the game, but we really haven't heard of it.
If MLB The Show can do a stadium creator, they definitely.
Well, they used to have one in Madden.
It's if they want to.
And then they took it out, which I didn't understand. But they're supposed to be putting it in the new Madden. So I'm going to guess. I think all that's in NCAA too. By the way, it comes down to whether or not you and I go and just take a normal school and build it from the ground up, or we're making our own schools for our build. Like that's another question.
The thing is, for the save, who knows how long this will take or how deep it'll get. But I think objectively speaking, just in nature of how do I say it? And shit, you've never done one before. So like we're gonna do it for real.
Yeah, I have never done one before.
I want you to try. You're like, the crystal ball just rolled in for this 2-star running back. I'm gonna get him. It's like, nope. Idaho Vandals swiped in, took him.
I cannot wait.
Ball State came in last second with that 10K NIL package.
I cannot wait for me to have like finally get a 4-star or something, and it's just nope. Actually, I have him now. Sorry.
Well, I mean, he's going to hit the portal after year 1 anyway, so you better get the most out of you can in year 1. Won't be funny when that happens, and then your quarterback also leaves to be the backup at Utah. All right, won't be fun then. Won't be fun then.
Okay.
And then your OC dips, gets poached, and you have to replace him with your son, who's the worst rated coach in the game. Oh my God.
Don't disrespect Jordan McVay like that.
I mean,
come on.
I may or may not name the coach Jordan McVay.
Hey, I may or may not. That's who was my coach. That was who was my
up for debate. If it's not him, then it's Steve Belichick. It's one or the other.
It does. That does also work. I might
better have a mullet coach in there. If they even if not, I'll still make it Steve Belichick. That's gonna be my coach.
I'm just trying to think. Is there any other like kid that would kind of work like that?
Steve Belichick, bare front defense, wing T offense. Let's go.
Yeah, is there any other like notable? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think we hit it on the head. Right
What's
there. 5-year-old kid, 5-year-old coach?
Yeah,
whatever his name is. I guess it's basketball though.
He's you know what? He might be cross sport though. He might be cross sport. Okay, Grant. Let's wrap up the episode with this. So I know you're looking out in front of it now too. We are going to build an Olympic flag football team. Okay, we're gonna do this as a snake draft. We can flip a coin for first pick. It doesn't really matter. I don't care.
If there was ever a time to overlay a graphic on screen, please, this would be the time. But let's go.
Okay.
Keep going.
So I have a coin in my hand, Grant. I have a coin. All right. You're not looking at me. Okay. I have a coin. Do you want heads or tails? I'll let you pick. Heads or tails. This is really telling, by the way.
Do I get to pick who's 1 or 2, or
no?
Well, do I get to pick, or just
you get to pick if you want first pick or second pick if you win?
Okay. I'm going to pick tails.
Okay. Oh, I missed it, but it is tails. It is tails. So,
okay.
Do you want first pick or second pick?
I'm going to go
3, 2, 1. First pick, second pick. Okay, second pick. So, this is gonna work. We have a budget of $15.
Yeah, everyone knows the money drafts. All right,
the unnamed intern is going to put this on the screen. Okay,
all the money are in the rows.
Yeah. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everyone.
Grant, I'm gonna start off with $5. Give me Tyreek Hill. Give me Tyreek Hill.
I'm going to start off with
Doesn't seem
I'm gonna start off AJ Brown at 4. I'm taking that. That seems like best value there. Okay. I'm going to take him, and then that's $4.
You got 11.
So I got 11 left for the rest.
Little slow though with AJ Brown. Like
I'm gonna take my. Yeah, we're gonna take Mahomes. We're gonna make it fun. Yeah.
Okay. I can't really shit on that.
Yeah,
okay. I'm gonna go. You know what? Give me Caleb Williams out of the 3. Okay.
Which I think is actually a good pick.
Pretty good pick. Give me Caleb Williams out of the 3.
Flag football, remember, like mobile quarterbacks get a boost. So
give me Deebo Samuel out of the 4.
Okay. Yeah, I would say
Tyreek's Deebo, Caleb.
Football, the Deebo aspect is much better. I would say so. But okay, there. I got 9 and a 4. That's at 9. So I got 6 left for the last 3.
The way to look at it too, though, is like you can just get 1 from each category. Like that's the way I know.
I'm thinking my budget.
You could double dip in one category though. You could just double dip in the 3 and say fuck it, no tight end. Like whatever. Wait, man.
I don't need to draft a tight end.
Well, you can. Ideally, if you're starting offense,
we're going 1 of each position.
I mean, that's what I was doing. But I mean, if you wanted to double dip and get 2 wide receivers and just have 1 less player than me, you're more than welcome to do that.
No. We're sticking to that. I thought that was kind of like a given rule.
Okay.
But okay, I have $6 left. Yeah, I'm going to take. Yeah, I'm taking Mostert, that dude. Yeah, give me Mostert.
Okay.
After last season, give me Mostert.
And who do you want after that? So right now, Mahomes, Mostert, AJ Brown. That's the team you got.
Yeah, I'm going to take. Yeah, I'm saving the last pick because I think it's actually great for flag football. I remember it's flag football. Tyler Boyd at $2, even though I actually think I might pick Mooney $1.
Yeah, which one?
I don't really think there's much of a difference there. For flag football, Mooney's faster. I'm going to take it.
Okay.
We have Mahomes. I want to throw.
I have Caleb, Tyreek, Debo to wrap up my roster. Give me Taysom Hill and give me Kyren Williams. I'm doing it for you, Kyren. Doing it for you, Coach.
Taysom Hill was who I want to take because I was like,
that was my assumption.
Football, Taysom Hill sounds like a absolute steal.
Now, Grant, this is my team. This is my team. This is who you're playing against.
But shit, I think Taysom Hill is arguably like Kittle's not that great because there's not block. I think like Laporta and Kittle. Like I mean, Kincaid's just mine, but like Laporta is good for flat. Like Kelsey's obviously the best flag tight end.
I don't know really what George Kittle's gonna do.
Like actually Pickens would actually be like flag football because you can't get too fit. Like that's why I liked AJ Brown because it's like I know it's flag football. You can't be too physical, but I think because you can't be that really helps AJ Brown use jump ball and like you can't really do shit. He's just gonna catch it.
True. That's how then you rip out his flags. Yeah. But the team, hey, look,
try to maybe break it up, but you can't. Like
you guys let us know who are you taking with this last pick? Kincaid.
Yeah, well, I have to. That's the only one.
So these are the teams. These are. Let's say they're playing together in a match.
I mean, I like yours way better. I was just thinking Tyreek and Debo. It doesn't matter.
Scrubs.
There's all you need.
Taysom
and I think honestly, Kyren. You know what? Because it is flag football. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just very incorrect about Mostert's receiving, but I think Kyren Williams is a better pass catching back than Mostert.
I mean, they drafted the
really
meatball,
bad.
So I would
maybe
hope
I'm really wrong. Maybe I'm really wrong there. I don't know. I know Antonio Gibson, former receiver. He's also a pretty good pick.
He is a pretty
flag
good pick.
Football running back. He's a pretty good pick too.
What position did you play when we had our flag football league in like first grade?
I don't know.
Because I played safety. I got a pick 6 on that first play.
Yeah, I remember I was one of the best left guards in the history of the Pacific Basin League. And then I just remember
what were you
DN and I had my tackle lip guard in.
Yeah.
And so flag football were the lip guard. Everyone's like, who the fuck is this kid?
That's when you see that when you see a kid though,
the shit out of
when you see a kid with a lip guard in flag football though, you typically think that kid's about to be disgusting.
Yeah, and I wouldn't speak. Don't speak that.
So wait. What position did you play in flag football in 8th grade?
Left guard and DN.
Okay. In flag?
I was
in flag.
I was right guard.
I didn't know that they had that in flag. Okay.
For us, it was 8-on-8 actually.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still flag, but okay. Well, with that, thank you so much.
Not real football at all. No, don't mistake me there. It was not real. I mean, I did sack Miller 3 straight times.
Yeah, Grant does have sacks on a future NFL quarterback. Why he left?
Take that.
Well, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram. You can find us at Waterboy Pod on all those platforms. You can also find me and Grant at Everett's Takes and at Waterboy Grant on Twitter. Make sure to check us out every Tuesday and Thursday. That's when we upload our new episodes on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of those. We also post every week on TikTok and on Instagram. So make sure to check us out there for exclusive content. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.